the top stories, Federation observes World Children's Day 2021. Individual in custody in relation to non-fatal shooting incident in Challengers, and week-long Fiat course wraps up. The details on these stories and more after the break.
Welcome to the beautiful islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. Today we'll be spending time with the Wilberts. They're a happy family that love liming, and with plenty of food and drink to go around, life is good, but not for long. Sadly, the Wilberts never paid attention to what they ate or drank, and when asked to reduce those sugary drinks, they joked and said, "We will, but not today." Unfortunately, a year later, Mr. Wilbert had a stroke. And a few months after that, Mrs. Wilbert was diagnosed with diabetes. From hospital bills and the cost of drugs to time off work, this began to take its toll on the family. But it wasn't until they saw the effect it was having on their children that they finally decided to make a change. You see, the Wilberts realized their family was already sweet enough, and a healthy lifestyle was the best gift they could ever give them. What gift will you give your children?
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I am Scotty Sear Hendrickson. World Children's Day is being celebrated by all United Nations member states today, Saturday, November 20th, 2021. Once again, St. Kitts and Nevis joins the global community in observing this international event. In an address in commemoration of the day, Acting Minister of Social Development and Gender Affairs, Honorable Wendy Phipps, said World Children's Day is an annual opportunity for global citizens to stop whatever they are doing and ponder, reflect, study, and lobby for the rights of our children.
Children, by their very nature, their delicate age, and their innocence, are a special class of individuals who are unable to protect themselves. Here is where we come in as adults, as parents, guardians, teachers, elders, government and civic leaders to give our children the coverage and protection they deserve and so desperately need.
She said this year the ministry has focused on the elimination of child abuse.
Our Federal Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs is cognizant of the challenges confronted by our young people aged 18 years old and under. The ministry is concerned about the status of our nation's children and as such has taken the deliberate decision to use the occasion of World Children's Day 2021 to shine the spotlight on child abuse and its elimination if we are to live up to this year's theme of securing a better future for every child.
Minister Phipps further outlined the national statistic for child abuse.
A quick glance at our national statistics on child abuse illustrates that between 2017 and 2019, there were some 303 cases of child abuse, with the victims ranging from 0 to 17 years of age. Moreover, in every instance, there were far more female victims of child abuse than male victims. This tells me that as a nation, we have to do a much better job at protecting our girls. To be precise, for the total documented cases of child abuse between 2017 and 2019, some 68% of the victims have been girls, while 32% of the victims were males.
Minister Phipps said St. Kitts and Nevis has the distinction of being one of the first UN member states to ratify the Convention on the Rights of the Child shortly after its confirmation by the UN General Assembly. An individual has been taken into police custody in relation to a shooting that occurred in Challenges just after midnight on Friday, November 19, 2021. During the incident, 61-year-old Clyde Clark of Challengers was shot and injured. Reports indicate that investigations so far have revealed that sometime after midnight on Friday, Clark was in his outside kitchen when a lone gunman entered the premises and shot him. He received a gunshot wound to his abdomen and he was transported to the Joseph and France General Hospital, where he underwent emergency surgery and is warded in stable condition. Based on information received shortly after the incident occurred, the police were able to identify and locate an individual who might be able to assist with the investigation. Personnel from the forensic department processed the scene and collected items of evidential value. Persons with information regarding the matter are urged to contact the Violent Crime Unit by dialing 467-1887, 467-1888, 662-3468, or their nearest police station, or the crime hotline at 707, where information can be given anonymously. Investigations into the matter are ongoing. 24 persons from the Ministries of National Security, Health and Finance completed a week-long foundation intelligence analysis training course on Friday. The government-sponsored training is said to be a critical component in the fulfillment of the national security strategy and the Federation's achievement of a national security architecture. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Osman Petty, spoke with ZIZ about why this course is critical.
From a ministry perspective, I want to say that the training in intelligence analysis is critical to our national security strategy. There are a number of threats which have been identified, and we need to have persons who can investigate those threats and to determine the extent to which they are prevalent in our societies. This course brought together a number of individuals from different government agencies, not just the police, but also from Customs, from National Security Secretariat, from NEMA, from Finance, and so on, so that we have had a broad perspective being put towards the intelligence analysts.
Deeming the course a success, representative of the International Association of Law Enforcement Intelligence Analysis, Phil Powell, said he was pleased with the participants and informed that everyone was successful in passing the course.
A highly successful class with participants from multiple government agencies of enforcement and security who've learned a wealth of techniques around how to enhance analysis and cooperation within the Federation. They were absolutely excellent, first rate. I've taught a lot of classes all over the world, but the application and participation and the keenness to learn here has been absolutely first rate. We've been delighted. Every one of the participants attained the required rate. It is a pass or fail course. All of them made the grade, and we're absolutely delighted, and hopefully this will strengthen the security of the Federation through the work and the collaboration they will now take forward from what they've learned in this week.
The week-long Foundation Intelligence Analysis Training FIAT course was held at the Customs and Excise Department Conference Room. After the break, Kittition crowned Queen of Black Colleges in the U.S. and TDC Group of Companies hold 40th Annual General Meeting. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
It's a payday weekend super sales event. It's a 3-day payday weekend super sale at the Husbands Building Centers in St. Kitts and Nevis. This Thursday, November 18th to Saturday 20th. Get 25% off store-wide on all discountable items at the Husbands Building Centers 3-day payday weekend sale. 25% off store-wide this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Husbands Building Center 3-day payday weekend sale. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Hello?
Hey babe, did you sign up for Flow Internet?
Yeah, because it's the best deal. Big savings. Just by combining our mobile with Flow Internet, I save hundreds of dollars a month on our mobile, which practically pays for the internet at home. And I got double data. Best decision ever.
Double data and big mobile savings? What about me, babe?
I wouldn't leave you out. With Flow, you get up to 4 lines with all these benefits.
Switch to Flow Postpaid and sign up for internet for big mobile savings and double data as low as $80 per line. Visit discoverflow.co for details. Conditions apply.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call Kane Agencies at 869-465-3333 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Want to get away? Now you can.
Stop standing in long ATM lines to withdraw cash. Use your national debit or black cards to complete a wide variety of transactions at supermarkets, variety stores, gas stations, pharmacies, and more. Shop online at the most popular websites and stores for quality brands using your national debit or black cards. And take back your time to enjoy all the things that you love to do. Remember, instead of waiting in long ATM lines to withdraw cash, use your national bank cards today.
National Bank, always here.
Mosoka, 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 mosoka.
Welcome back. St. Kitts and Nevis national Jakima Fleming, who is Miss University of the Virgin Islands, has been crowned Miss National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame 2021-2022 at the 36th Annual Miss National Black Hall of Fame 2021 pageant held in Atlanta, Georgia. Having won the title of Miss University of the Virgin Islands at the 41st Annual Miss UVI Ambassadorial Competition on April 24th, 2021, Fleming was automatically the educational institution's delegate to the competition of Black College Queens. It is held as part of its annual NBCA Hall of Fame weekend. This year, the theme was the Great Gatsby of the 21st century. As the reigning Miss UVI, Fleming serves as a goodwill ambassador for the UVI locally and abroad during the 2021-2022 academic school year. She gets 1 full year UVI tuition, including room and board, and receives several other prizes. Fleming competed among 19 other contestants from other historically black colleges and universities, and is the third UVI queen to bring the coveted crown and title home, including St. Kitts National Sharina Warner. The TDC Group of Companies held its 48th annual general meeting on Tuesday, 16th November 2021 to report on the company's performance for the period February 1st, 2020 to January 31st, 2021. The Board of Directors reported the declaration of the COVID-19 pandemic in mid-March 2020 placed severe constraints on economic activities in the Federation. The TDC group rapidly responded to the crisis by establishing a cross-functional COVID-19 task force to embrace remote working by staff and adopting new technologies to enhance both the customer and employee experiences. In relation to business performance, the executives also noted changing customer behaviors, adverse marketing conditions, and income losses among customers put pressures on sales in certain product lines and service areas, especially the tourism and hospitality operations. The trading and financial services companies fared better and returned commendable results. In speaking about the future, the company's real estate and construction project will continue at the Waz on St. Kitts. The island exchange of 40,215 square foot and a building at Budgington Estate, Nevis, for 2 acres at Farms Estate, earned max for middle-income housing. In closing the meeting, the executive recorded its profound appreciation to its dedicated and committed staff who contributed significantly to ensuring that the group has survived the vagaries of the pandemic. Coming up, skeptical opposition participating in Venezuela regional polls. Stay tuned.
It's a Payday Weekend Super Sales event. It's a 3-day Payday Weekend Super Sale at the Hoswoods Building Centers in St. Kitts and Nevis. Get 25% off Building Centers 3 days at the Hoswoods for details.
Your vehicle insurance should never break your bank. With Beacon, you can get up to 35% off your fully comprehensive car insurance and still get full protection from unexpected damages with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. When it comes to your insurance, always be sure you settle for more. Call Kane Agencies at 869-465-3333 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get a quote today.
Welcome to Bastia Art Gallery and Restaurant, located at North Independence Square Street in the heart of Old Bastia. We are open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. The fresh food and friendly faces will make you feel like a star that you deserve to be. Our chef, with over 20 years of experience in fine dining European restaurants, will surprise you with the best of culinary delights from old Europe. And our multi-talented local chef will treat you with the classics of St. Kitts and the Caribbean. Special prices for groups are available. Come and enjoy the best of Kittitian and European cuisine in one place. For your reservation, call us at 661-6877. Rain or shine, it's time to dine.
In regional news, Venezuelan opposition parties are competing in elections for the first time since 2017, and they are hoping to make gains against President Nicolas Maduro's Socialist Party when Venezuelans go out to vote on Sunday. Al Jazeera's Teresa Bo has more in this report.
For the first time in almost 4 years, the Venezuelan opposition is back in an electoral race. Voters are heading to the polls on Sunday to pick local councils, mayors and governors across the country. David Uzcategui is running for the governorship of the state of Miranda. He says this is an opportunity for the opposition to gain strength against President Nicolás Maduro.
We have made a titanic effort to guarantee that in each voting table there are at least 3 witnesses, a principal and 2 replacements. There are people in logistics, in transport, people that are working to guarantee that we have a chance.
But the opposition is divided, and while some have supported the call to participate in the elections, others, like Juan Guaidó, who have challenged President Nicolás Maduro in the past, have remained silent.
The main opposition has boycotted presidential and legislative elections in the past over allegations of lack of free and fair polls. But they agreed to participate on Sunday's vote after they were given reassurances by the government. The internal divisions could certainly damage their chances of winning in many parts of the country, something that the ruling Socialist Party could certainly take advantage of.
José Manuel Olivares is running for the governorship of La Guaira. He returned recently after being forced to leave the country for 3 years. He says he was a victim of political persecution by the government of Nicolás Maduro.
I've never been chief of the opposition, but I'm part of it. People deserve we acknowledge our mistakes. I recognize that and say sorry. I also say, please don't ask me to stop fighting to change the country for my son's future, for a country that's not what Venezuela's become.
For the first time in 15 years, the European Union has sent a mission to observe the electoral process. Over 100 observers deployed across the country will be evaluating the candidates' freedom of expression as they campaign, the voting process, and other issues considered important to guarantee the impartiality of the vote. Isabel Santos is a member of the European Union Parliament.
One administrative memorandum where we have there inscribed conditions of full freedom of movement and freedom of expression for this mission. Only in these conditions we could be here. We need to listen everybody. This is the first condition, plurality. Listen everybody. And in the end we have our conclusions and we will have our recommendations.
For years, the opposition has been demanding free and fair elections in Venezuela as a way out of the country's enormous economic and social crisis, exacerbated by tough US sanctions. For many, this is a major test and a chance for the opposition to finally gain ground against a leader many blame for the problems they face. Teresa Bo, Al Jazeera, Caracas.
Coming up, Austria imposes full COVID lockdown, makes vaccination mandatory. We'll have the details when we come back.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
In international news, Austria has become the first country in Western Europe to reimpose a full COVID-19 lockdown since the start of summer as infections again rise sharply there. Austria is also making vaccinations compulsory from February, the first for any Western democracy. Al Jazeera's Dominic Kane reports.
Since Monday, only those who can prove they've been vaccinated or had the virus have been allowed out in Austria. But from next Monday, even this will not be enough, because ministers say the infection rate is too high and the vaccination rate too low.
Ab Montag A nationwide lockdown will apply from Monday for up to 20 days and will be evaluated after the first 10 days. It will automatically end on December 13th at the latest. Then the lockdown for the vaccinated or recovered will end.
Alongside the lockdown is another ruling. From next February, everyone in Austria must be vaccinated, whether they like it or not. A first for any country in Europe. Across the border in Germany, there are similar steeply rising trends of infection and death. Newly agreed rules restricting the movement of the unvaccinated are now in force, but nationwide, hospitals are once again filling up with infected patients.
We need to change course now. There's really no time to lose. It's like a tanker heading towards a harbor wall. If we immediately countersteer the tanker, it will keep moving for a while and maybe even hit the side of the harbor wall. Hopefully, however, it will not crash into it head-on. We must use all countermeasures now.
One of those countermeasures is the vaccine. But like in Austria, only 2/3 of Germans have had their shots so far, a total the government says is still too little to end the pandemic.
The truth is we won't be able to break the wave quick enough with just vaccinations and boosters. We need measures to limit contacts. We were able to agree on a set of rules on Thursday, which will take effect on federal states when the incidence of hospitalizations reach a certain level.
The first casualty of the new measures look to be some of Germany's renowned Christmas markets. Already, the Bavarian Prime Minister has cancelled all of his state's festive gatherings. In Berlin, the markets are being prepared for opening day later this month. But many worry whether any customers will use these stalls this year. In recent weeks, it seemed that where Austria has led, Germany has followed, not just in terms of new infection rates and deaths, but also in terms of new measures to combat COVID. Now that the government in Vienna is imposing another lockdown on its people, the question many here in Berlin are asking is another one here, just around the corner? Dominic Kane, Al Jazeera, in the German capital.
Up next in sports, Trinidad and Tobago back in top 100 in latest FIFA men's ranking. And Beijing aiming for green, safe 2022 Winter Olympics. Stay tuned.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Trinidad and Tobago has re-entered the top 100 of world football in the latest FIFA men's ranking. The rankings, released for the 17th time this year, tell the story of a year of ups and downs for the senior national team. Here is Giovanna Raviolio with more.
The Trinidad and Tobago senior men's national team began the year at 103 in the February 18th rankings and remained there until August. In the September rankings, TNT jumped 2 places to 101 before re-entering the top 100 in the list released today on FIFA.com. TNT has had a seesaw year, starting their 2021 calendar with a 7-0 defeat to the USA. That warm-up match was a preview of things to come, as TNT was eliminated in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying first round in June. Angus Eve was appointed interim head coach in the same month and secured the team's qualification to the 2021 CONCACAF Gold Cup. TNT lost just one of its 3 matches in the Gold Cup group stage. Their results included a goalless draw with eventual runners-up Mexico. Coach Eve was named to the position permanently and continues to lead the senior men's and under-20 teams. Jovan Ravello, TTT Sport.
In more football, Trinidad and Tobago has been drawn in Group E together with Mexico, Panama and Nicaragua in the 2022 CONCACAF Women's Under-17 Championship in the Dominican Republic. The CONCACAF Women's Under-17 Championship is the qualifying tournament for the next FIFA Women's Under-17 World Cup, which will be held in India in October 2022. The draw took place on Thursday and the tournament is scheduled to run from April 23rd to May 8th, 2022. The red, white and black will need to fight for a top 3 finish in their group to advance to the knockout stage of the tournament. They must then make it through to the round of 16, the quarterfinals and the semi-finals to qualify for India 2022.
Beijing is aiming for a green and safe 2022 Winter Olympics. More in this report.
After setting this target of using cutting-edge tech, China's Ministry of Science and Technology was assigned as the leading party to provide technical support for the Games. In collaboration with relative parties, it drew up the action plan for science and technology at the Winter Olympics, the results of which were put into action at this year's test events.
During the test events in February and April this year, we applied 133 types of tech in a number of key areas. Since October, another 228 pieces of technology have been tested and applied in test events, athlete training schedules, and prep work for the Winter Games.
During next year's Winter Games, this new tech will mainly be used for 4 purposes, namely to support COVID-19 measures, to reduce carbon emissions, to ensure the safety of the events, and to create a better viewing experience for the audience. To achieve these results, a number of new and experimental tech was used, including 5G and the use of hydrogen fuel vehicles.
The much anticipated 5G signal will cover all venues, including the roads that connect them. This will provide network connectivity for applications such as ultra-high definition video and smart services. 80 hydrogen fuel vehicles were tested in Zhangjiakou, and during the Winter Games, more than 700 hydrogen fuel buses will be deployed in Yanqing and Zhangjiakou to provide transportation.
Beijing Organizing Committee says hosting a high-tech Olympics isn't just for the convenience of thousands of participants, from athletes to volunteers, but also to showcase to the world a model of our smart city, one that benefits residents, industry, and environment. Cao Chufeng, CGTN, Beijing.
When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
Whether you're at home or abroad, ZIZ's social media platforms help you stay connected with what's going on in St. Kitts and Nevis. Keep up with daily events by liking our Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter at ZBC Online. Like our pictures on Instagram and subscribe to our videos on YouTube. Also, you can watch us live on the ZIZ mobile app and our website, zizonline.com. No matter where you are, ZIZ is just a click away. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, reaching you wherever you are.
Recapping the top stories, Federation observes World Children's Day 2021. Individual in custody in relation to non-fatal shooting incident in Challengers, and week-long Fiat course wraps up. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Scotty Hendrickson.